This video, compared to most other videos that I've reviewed, is more obscure. So I have no predictions for this video. Anything could happen. Anyways, enjoy.
Having become the ruler of the planet, man conquered not only the whole Earth, but also the sky. Now, his man-made machines plow the airspace over all continents. But it happened by historical standards quite recently. Prior to this, the sky belonged to creatures that can fly on their own without man-made mechanical devices.
Okay, Captain Obvious. Why did you just get into the point already?
And the birds were far from the first animals that decided to explore the sky. Long before they appeared on our planet, there lived creatures that made others look up in fear. Today, we decided to talk about the most dangerous flying creatures that have not survived to this day.
Okay, this is interesting. This could be good. This could be bad. This could be terrifying.
If you want to be the first to know about the releases of new videos on the Age of Dinosaurs channel.
Wait, what? Okay. Flying prehistoric predators. Age of Dinosaurs. Do they correlate? Okay. Technically, the birds like eagles or dinosaurs.
Then subscribe to it right now. After that, you'll be able to leave your comments under our videos.
You know, it's just generic subscriber begging. Nothing special about that.
We also ask our viewers to actively express their opinion with the help of likes. The first large animals known to science to take to the skies are pterosaurs.
Okay, so debating if this is correct or this is not because of stuff like the Meganura.
For 150 million years,
They lived for 162 million years, from 228 to 66 million years ago. If the dude said around 150 million years, then even though it's still not very correct, it would be passable.
dozens, maybe hundreds of species of these flying lizards
Flying wizards. Who calls... Are you kidding me?
were the masters of the sky. Among them were animals quite comparable in size to modern birds.
Okay, so this is very generalized, so I really can't say that much.
And there were those next to which some aircraft models would look like toys. Their evolution sometimes acquired very interesting and even bizarre forms. We want to talk about the most popular and at the same time unknown to the general public features of these air predators.
But the title is called The Most Dangerous Flying Prehistoric Predators. Okay, to be fair, they're still talking about flying predators.
Pterodactylus.
Pterodactylus. Okay. Especially compared to something like, I don't know, a Hatzigotrix.
For many, this name is associated with all pterosaurs in general. Most likely this happened due to the fact that the pterodactyl was first identified as a flying lizard and given its own name.
Oh, I didn't listen to it properly. It's flying lizard, not flying wizard. My bad.
For many years in popular culture, the concept of pterodactyl became tantamount to the definition of pterosaur. These were small reptiles, no more than 1 meter in size.
Pterodactylus' wingspan is just over 1 meter long.
Most likely they hunted fish and small land animals. These creatures lived about
Also, I forgot to point this out, but lots of footage aren't even pterodactylus. Instead, they're like an Asdarkid.
145 to 152 million years ago.
It lived around 150.8 to 148.5 million years ago.
Quetzalcoatl.
What are you talking about? The quetzalcoatlus or the deity?
Without a doubt, this giant is the largest flying creature in the entire history of our planet.
You're just gonna let Hatzigotrix cry in the corner.
He got his name in honor of one of the gods of the Aztec pantheon and can rightly be considered the master of the air element of the dinosaur era.
Oh my goodness. How did we even jinx that so bad? To this point, the video is Okay, not horrible, but oh, okay. This seems more like a generalization than anything. This man is talking about the dinosaur era. What type of dinosaur era? Quetzalcoatlus lived during the end of the Cretaceous. It's just a small part of the dinosaur era, which began during the Jurassic, even though the dinosaurs already began to exist in the late Triassic.
They lived towards the end of the dinosaur era and fed mainly on carrion and small animals.
Have you forgot that they also hunted fish? Also, regarding the previous statement, what location? It certainly didn't dominate all of the skies. Like, for example, in the Hutseg Island, there is the Herzegovtrix.
It's believed that with the wingspan of about 12 meters, Quetzalcoatl was able to cover a distance of half the globe in one flight. Germanodactylus. It is known for certain that many pterosaurs had crests of bone and soft tissue on their heads. But the first creature in which this accessory was discovered was precisely the Germanodactyl.
There are multiple pterosaurs with head crests that lived before the Germanodactylus. For example, the Darwinopterus, and of course, the Austriadactylus.
These small flying lizards lived about 150 million years ago.
At this point, I should stop wasting my time complaining about these pictures. I'm gonna probably just only focus on what this guy says.
Their wingspans rarely exceeded 1 meter, and the size of their skull was about 13 centimeters.
You're talking about Germanodactylus cristatus, the type species set for pterodactylus though, but the quote-unquote Germanodactylus ramphastinus had a 1.08 meter wingspan, which is, of course, longer than 1 meter, and a skull measuring 21 centimeters long.
Rhamphorhynchus. Rhamphorhynchus are one of the smallest members of the pterosaur family.
So you're just gonna ignore the fact that you just mentioned Pterodactylus and Germanodactylus.
On average, the length of their body, along with the tail, was about 40 centimeters.
It's an incredible underestimate. The Rhamphorhynchus's body length from head to tail is over a meter. Then the body from the body to the tail is still around a meter.
And it is the tail that is their main distinguishing feature. It was very long compared to the body of the pterosaur, and at its end was a diamond-shaped tassel. Most likely, the way of life of Rhamphorhynchus did not differ from the behavior of modern seabirds. They lived on the shores of the seas and oceans.
At this point, the trajectory of this video is turning into yet another one of those bright side-ass clickbait videos where they just talk about random facts and not talk about the title itself, the most dangerous flying prehistoric predators, this one is.
And hunted small fish, diving into the water after them. The shape of their teeth speaks of the way of eating. The teeth were needle-shaped and were slightly inclined forward. Catenochasma. Several species of these interesting pterosaurs are known, living approximately 140 to 150 million years ago.
Okay, so in reality, they lived from around 145 to 150 million years ago. This mistake is acceptable.
The wingspan of the smallest of them was about 25 centimeters.
Okay, so as minimum as 25 centimeters, does that make it basically harmless?
They also differed in the way that they fed. The beak was studded and thin with sharp teeth, resembling a brush. Scientists suggest that the lizard filtered water.
Man, the way you pronounce lizard made it so it sounds more like wizard than lizard.
With this tool, and ate crustaceans and small invertebrates that stuck in it. The Lassodromeus. The main external difference of this large pterosaur was its huge crest. It occupied almost the entire surface of the skull.
It had one of the proportionally largest cranial crests of any vertebrate.
The total length of the Thalassodromus.
You pronounced it correctly. How did you mispronounce that again,
was about 1.5 meters, and the wingspan was about 45 meters.
This is the worst overestimate that I've ever heard of. Okay, its skull is around 1.42 meters long. They said 1.5 meters, which is fine. But they had Thalassodromes' wingspan is around 4.2 to 4.5 meters. What they said is 10 times longer than 4.5 meters. Sorry, 10 times as long. But you get what I mean. That's the dumbest overstatement ever. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. My brain cells just rotted because of that stupid statement.
These pterosaurs lived about 110 million years ago. Judging by the proportions of their body, the structure of the limbs, and the presence of powerful jaws, this lizard hunted ground prey. Nyctosaurus.
We're like just around halfway into this video. What sort of incredible statement will they come up with?
Another pterosaur with a bizarre crest on its head was the Nyctosaurs. They lived on Earth approximately 65 to 90 million years ago.
I'm pretty sure their living range wasn't that broad.
Their crest was shaped like deer antlers and could reach 55 centimeters in length. With a body length of the pterosaur itself of 30 to 40 centimeters, it looked very unusual.
Now, despite it being around 37.6 centimeters in Nyctosaurus gracilis, I can accept this mistake because I think this is generalization more than anything.
The true wingspan of these creatures reached about 2 meters. Another interesting difference between Nyctosaurs was the absence of fingers on the upper limbs. Scientists believe that this is greatly hampering the process of movement on land. Therefore, Nyctosaurs spent almost their entire lives in flight.
No, they are mineralized within.
Pteranodon. It was the representatives of this family that became the heroes of many Hollywood blockbusters and children's cartoons about dinosaurs.
Even though the Pteranodon is a pterosaur, no wonder why so many mainstream folks call the Pteranodon a dinosaur.
More remains of pteranodons have been found than all other flying lizards combined. This is why scientists have enough information to describe the appearance and habits of these pterosaurs. They were fairly large animals. The wingspan of adult males could exceed 5.5 meters, while for females it was just under 4 meters.
Okay, so with them getting it correct, I think I know the, the trajectory of this video.
The beak of the pteranodon was distinguished by its great length and the complete absence of teeth. It is believed that the basis of their diet was fish and small crustaceans, which they caught from the water right in flight. After the end of the dinosaur eras, it was birds that occupied many of the vacant life niches.
Okay, now I said I'd stop complaining about the wrong stuff, but why are you showing a pterosaur when you're clearly talking about birds?
Moreover, this applied not only to airspace. One of the largest land predators of that time were birds of prey, Ferrericos.
Force Rakos. Do you not even understand? Are you serious? The way this guy pronounces these creatures is even worse than that of Bright Sides.
But for the sake of this, they forever abandoned the opportunity to fly. Therefore, further we will not be talking about them, but about those birds that replaced pterosaurs in their usual element. Here, too, there were gigantic forms. Many of the described species could well prey on the ancestors of modern man, and one of them himself became his prey. Argentavis.
Okay, so it is the largest flying bird of all time, even though its wingspan is surpassed by Pelagornis.
For a long time, Argentavis was considered the largest bird that ever lived.
And it still is.
Its wingspan could reach 6 meters. As its name implies, this giant bird lived on the territory of modern Argentina. It is believed that Argentavis ate mainly carrion. He could watch other predators and take their prey from them, diving at it from great heights.
It is possible that it habitually chased Mediterranean carnivores from their kills.
Pelagornis sanders.
Hold on, this mispronunciation is incredibly familiar. I'm pretty sure I didn't watch a video from another YouTube channel.
In 1983, the remains of a truly giant bird were discovered in the United States. She received the name Pelagornis sanders.
Pelagornis sandersi was described in July 2014.
The wingspan of this seabird was about 7 meters.
Which is an acceptable estimate, considering that the Pelagornis sandersi's wingspan is estimated around 6.06 to 7.3 meters.
The so-called pseudo-teeth or tooth spikes were found in the beak of the Pelagornis. With these sharp protrusions, the bird pierced the shells of mollusks. Also, her diet included squid and various types of fish. Pelagornis chilensis. Another representative of the Pelagornis family.
Pelagornis is a genus, not a family. Pelagornis belonged to the Pelagornithidae family.
Lived in the Atacama Desert in Chile. So far, only one specimen of the remains of this bird, which became extinct about 5 million years ago, has been discovered. Its wingspan was 5 meters. In the beak, 20 sharp pseudo-teeth were found, adapted for eating fish and squid. Pterosaurs.
I thought you were gonna say another Pelagornis species, but I was wrong, I guess.
The remains of this large bird of prey, with a height of more than 70 centimeters,
To be exact, it's around 75 centimeters tall,
and a wingspan of up to 3.5 meters,
up to 3.5 meters. It had an estimated wingspan of around 3.5 to 3.8 meters.
are found over a vast area in many U.S. states. They died out about 10,000 years ago. Their main prey were small animals about the size of a modern rabbit.
Okay, so it was an active and carnivorous predator more than that of a scavenger, even though it still scavenges.
The bird held its prey with powerful claws and tore it apart with its sharp beak, approximately the same way modern birds eat their prey. Harris's eagle. This specimen of eagles is considered the largest of all members of the family.
The eagle is a common term for the family Accipitridae, which the Harris eagle belongs to.
He lived only on one of the New Zealand islands, and people could observe these birds living 600 to 700 years ago. Its main prey were large flightless birds that also lived in this region. The eagle would swoop down on its prey from a great height at a speed of about 80 kilometers per hour. Such an attack can be compared to a large stone falling on the head from a height of about 25 meters.
Alright, to be exact, they lived in the South Island of New Zealand.
The predator grabbed the prey with one paw, and the second dealt a fatal blow to the neck or head.
Okay, so I guess that is the end of the video, as you can see. Okay, so this video had some research going. However, when there are mistakes, some of them they are acceptable, while others are just incredibly stupid, and I have no idea what to say about them. And so yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you all next time.